Surviving for me is standing on the edge of an abyss and holding on to life, not to fall into it.
Mum was taken away. She was away for 3 nights. There with 700 other Jewish women was taken east. No, there was never a proper location. You're being taken east.
The train was going fast. Motel was among the first to stand up. And he had a little boy and he had a wife. The mothers did not leave the children, but husbands left the children. They tried to jump. And I wanted to know what's going to happen to Motel. So I left the children where I was sitting with, and I went closer to the window to hear, to see what people will tell me. They looked out from the window and then said, "Oy vey, they killed Iche," because the Germans were sitting on top and shooting.
I was in the ghetto till 1944. I still had a mother and 2 sisters, one older one, one younger one. I was the middle one. The younger was 8 years old when she went to Auschwitz.
When I came and they were distributing food, that was the first food in Auschwitz, and we had bowls, not stainless steel, chipped enamel, and into those bowls was poured an revolting grey mess of something. And I looked around and I said, "Anyone has a spoon?" And I remember nobody looked at me, nobody answered me, and I suddenly heard a voice in Yiddish. A woman said, "Eat, my child, eat, you will get used to it." And this voice I took with me from Auschwitz.
On the trip, there were 700 women in this train who had been told, "Don't get off your seat, don't open windows, don't open doors, do not move, it's strictly forbidden." And being Germans, they listened. During the trip, my mother and another woman decided to jump off the train.
They said, little girl, move away, you're taking up space." And I said, "How do you know? Maybe I want to jump too." "You want to jump? You have to jump now." I never even thought of that. I had no intention of it. I just said it because they told me to get away from there. 2 young men said to Dvora, to the wife of Motel, "If that girl jumps, we'll look after her." And what Dvora did, she put on the jacket that her husband took off on me. Before I realized what I was doing, I had a jacket on me, and I climbed. They pushed me through the window, and I'm standing on the platform and don't want to let go. I'm scared. The train is going so fast. And somebody hit me on the arms, and I let go. Apart from the fact it protected me when I jumped, but she knew what was in the jacket. She knew they took everything they possessed probably on them because they knew they were not going to come back to their homes. And the wind carried me, and I made somersaults, and the bullets were going between my legs. It's a miracle.
A few months it took us to go to Uzbekistan. It became winter and I didn't have shoes. He didn't earn enough to be a nice life. So he decided, not me, that he will go to the big city and buy some old things like coats and things, what he can make something of it. And from the big coats he made small jackets. He took out the good things, and then I used to put them in the bucket, hot water, and dye them so it looked fresh. And that's what we went to the market and sold it there.
None of us ever dreamed, not me certainly, that I will live to an old age.
I followed the grown-ups, the foremen, and all of a sudden a shepherd appeared with a stick, and he started chasing you bloody Jews, and 4 grown-up Jews ran away from that shepherd. On the impulse, I ran out of the jacket. And instead of chasing me, he started inspecting the jacket. And from that moment on, I was 5.5 weeks on my own. I felt I'm the only Jew in the whole world left.
This was a fight for living. We were fighting for our lives. Other things doesn't matter then. When you fight for your life, when you know if you won't do that, you won't have what to eat, you go and do it.
We became girlfriend and boyfriend. We got married in Germany. I adjust because both of us went through very big trauma in our life. And he was my father, my husband, my lover, my father, my grandfather, every in one person.
Surviving for me is an ongoing process. All around me are people who are perhaps of less aware that survival put on them a certain obligation towards humanity, responsibility towards each other. As they grow old, the circle tightens up.